Now, for those of you who are absolutely new to this world, let me provide you just a real quick overview history of reporting services, if you will. And this will kind of help you understand where this came from, and it'll also help you appear a little more knowledgeable to those folks who've been around a little longer than you. And it'll kind of give you some perspective on exactly what the big deal is about reporting services. You can actually trace the very early beginnings of reporting services all the way back to the 1990s, and that is when the database explosion occurred and Microsoft's Access product just absolutely went nuts in the marketplace out there, and everybody started sticking data into Microsoft Access databases. Somewhere one of the later versions of Access, they began to really concentrate on adding more and more reporting functionalities into Access, and this was cool. There was a limited amount of programmability, but it was pretty easy to build some pretty impressive reports and at least to provide some very readable reports on the data that was in the database out to the users. Now, when Visual Basic 6 came out and it began to kind of develop up, you had a kind of a pseudo Access style reporting. It was kind of a conglomeration of a lot of different things built into Visual Basic 6. It solved some problems, but reporting was still just an absolute pain to try to accomplish. Then along came Microsoft's Visual Studio.net. Now, there was a 5-user license of Crystal Reports that was included with Visual Studio.net. Now, the mention of Crystal Reports will make some people absolutely break out into hives and begin to shout obscenities at their computer monitor. I used Crystal Reports quite a bit. It was an incredible product. The bottom line with Crystal Reports is you could do just about anything with it. However, a lot of people experienced Crystal Reports to be somewhat buggy. It was kind of irritating with licensing issues. It was just, I don't know, it just seemed overly complex or something. Now, if you're a Crystal Reports fan, go for it. Keep going. A lot of applications we developed had some issues when we were trying to use Crystal Reports, and again, Crystal Reports is one of those tools out there that everybody used, everybody loved, and everybody hated all at one time. And so Microsoft then decided, hey, wait a minute, maybe there is an opportunity out there. In 2004, they gave out, or they provided as a free download from the Microsoft website, an add-on tool for their SQL Server 2000 product that was out there, and it was called Reporting Services 2000. Now, Microsoft quickly realized they had really pressed a hot button in the marketplace because they had a webcast that was out there, a live webcast, to talk about what reporting services was, how you could use it, what you could do with it, and so forth. And it was the most popular webcast to date that Microsoft has done. Now, depending on where you get your information from, there may have been a bigger one by now, by the time you see this video, but there were more than 5,000 people watching this one webcast live. Now, when you extrapolate that out to the number of people who downloaded it later and watched it, I seldom watch these things live. I always go back and get them and download them and watch them late at night or something. So anyway, but again, as soon as they saw the response in that webcast, they knew they had really touched on a need in the marketplace. And so Microsoft then in 2004 acquired a company called ActiveViews, and this added to the functionality of reporting services, and it gave us the tools that you're going to see later in this course called Report Builder, another great tool. Now in 2005 they went back to the drawing board on reporting services. They did a couple of architectural things, but they added functionalities with their release, their upgrade of SQL Server. It went from 2000 to SQL Server 2005, and they did some pretty hefty increases with the reporting services. There had been a lot of complaints about multiple choice lists with parameters and so forth, and they addressed a lot of those issues. And so anyway, the product just kind of grew up. Now, with the 2008 release of SQL Server, we're now looking at our third release of the SQL Server 2008 reporting services functionalities in SQL Server. Now, this thing has really grown up at this point. Early on, you heard a lot of people saying, this is a really cool idea. Once it matures a little bit, it's going to be great. Well, it has matured. There are a lot of tools that developers are clamoring for. There are a lot of things Microsoft has on their plate for this product, and you're just going to see it continue to improve. Now, in a different video, we'll talk about what's new in 2008 and so forth. But that's just a quick history of reporting services, where it came from, how we got it, and hopefully this will help you get oriented on where this product came from and help you talk a little bit more intelligently with people who've been around a while.